Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. The British Touring Cars is a crazy championship. I can almost see it now. 10 different winners, crazy action, crashes, drama, and any number of possible champions. So let's go through team by team and pick out the title contenders. Who is the cream of the crop and who is better suited to a cleaning gig at the local pool? Stick around to the end where I'll give some predictions, and remember to subscribe. Heading to 400 fast and would love to have you around.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
Let's start with one of the favourites in BMW. Colin Turkington could become the first 5-time champion. He is almost guaranteed to win races and be in contention at the end of the year. That being said, BMW looked off the pace at Thruxton, but there will be races that suit them better, and Colin can never be counted out. He hasn't finished outside the top 5 in the championship since 2005, 12 campaigns ago. He's come a long way since his Atomic Kitten MG days. As for his teammates, I like Stephen Jelly, but he is as consistent as the food product that shares his name. He deserves to be at Team BMW and put in some good performances for Team Parker Racing, but point scoring backup is as good as it will get. And same goes for Tom Oliphant. Maybe the pair can take a win each, but they are there to back up Turkington. As for the motor-based performance for team, I don't expect anything from Sam Osborne or Andy Neate other than carnage and disappointment. Ollie Jackson took his first 2 wins last year, and it was about time. He's been in the series for nearly 10 years, and both him and Jake Hill had their best years in 2020. Jake Hill is also a former winner, and is leading after a trio of podiums at Thruxton, and of these 4 drivers, I can imagine Jake Hill being in contention at the end of the year, but only just. Ollie Jackson may get more wins, but I think midfield is his destiny. It's weird Tom Ingram not racing in a Toyota, especially as Toyota Gazoo have taken charge and have had a lot of success elsewhere. Rory Butcher has been a revelation over the last couple of years. He's taken 6 wins in the last 2 years, finishing 5th both times, and can be even closer to the top in 2021. Sam Smelt was a weird choice, not particularly exciting or successful. His only previous BTCC season was in 2018 in an Audi, and he didn't score any points. He managed 2 at Thruxton, so he's already doing better than that, but odd points here and there is all we're getting from Smelt. Moving on to the independent teams, reigning champion Ash Sutton is back in his Infinity and looked well on the pace at Thruxton, except for that spin at the start of race 1, which set him back all weekend. He has to be the favourite, and the pace of the Infinity looked mighty, so with more luck going his way, he's going to be hard to beat. Can't say the same for teammates Aidan Moffat and Carl Boardley. Moffat is a 3-time race winner, although the last one was in 2018, and consistency is a problem, whilst Boardley has never finished higher than 12th. Ash Sutton is one to watch as he goes for title number 3. There is no championships coming to Team Hard, but the new Cupra looks good. And same goes for Car Gods. As much as I like Tom Chilton, I think he's had his days, and whilst once upon a time I thought he could be a future champion in the making, that ship has long sailed. Adam Morgan has been a race winner, but unless either Car Gods driver gets a lucky race-free win, this year could be about picking up scraps. Out of the 4 Hyundais, I think you know which one I think will be a championship contender. Rick Parfitt Jr. Okay, it's Tom Ingram. As I said near the beginning, it's weird Tom Ingram not being in a Toyota, but an ambitious Accelerate Hyundai team can give him the car to take the manufacturer's first win in the BTCC, and Ingram is usually pretty close to the top come year's end. I completely wrote off the Halfords Honda team for 2021. Gordon Shedden returning is a threat and will probably take wins, but it has been a few years since he raced in the BTCC. He never should have left considering how little success he had in the World Touring Car Cup. Daniel Rowbottom was a weird replacement for Matt Neal, and I didn't have high hopes for him. He had one awful season a couple of years ago, and now he's replacing a man with nearly 30 years experience in the series. But in all fairness, Rowbottom did a good job at Thruxton, and Shedden had a bad weekend. The crash in race 1 was not really his fault, but he never really recovered either. A word on Matt Neal, it's really strange him not being on the grid. He's been there nearly as long as I have been alive, and even though he's probably coming back, there's always a chance he enjoys retirement just a little too much. Talking of old men who have been around for a very long time, Jason Plato is back, and in form again, with the Vauxhall he was supposed to be driving last year. I think this could be a really good year for Plato, and not only can he reach 100 wins, he could win that third championship, and if he does, he should retire on a high. Dan Lloyd is a good driver also. The 2018 TCR UK champion could take wins, and Vauxhall could be on the rise once again. Finally, BTC Racing Honda and the man of the hour Josh Cook. Only a poor third race at Thruxton prevented him from being top after taking the first 2 wins of 2021. Josh Cook could be the surprise this year. I can see him being top 3 come year end. Dan Camish is a good driver, but is apparently not coming back, so it'll be interesting to see who will fill that second seat. And why did Michael Crease leave in the first place? Jade Edwards is going to be learning this year, so I'm only expecting a few points finishes from her, but Josh Cook is going to have a good year. So how about some predictions? Overall Drivers' Champion, I have to go with Ashley Sutton, just on how good he is and how quick the Infinity is. He is hard to bet against. Same for Independence title as well. But my top 5 for drivers are Ash Sutton first, Turkington 2nd, Cook 3rd, Plato 4th, Ingram 5th. Independents, Ash Sutton, Cook, Plato, Ingram, Lloyd. I'm going to say BMW for manufacturers, Powermax for teams ahead of Laser Tools and BTC Racing, and Dan Rowbottom for Jack Sears Trophy. So that is a rundown of the potential championship contenders and my predictions for the 2021 British Touring Car Championship. Leave your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to have a read of them. Like and share the video. Remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a good one.